I think we're into the game. Now, welcome everyone to the Oceanic Challenger Series Game 1 versus Requiem and Pocket Dragons. I am, of course, Slappy Baggins, joined by the glorious Braddles. And we are looking forward to getting this Game 1 underway. Brad, are you in the game? I'm not. I'm actually just sitting out here, just waiting to get in once Champion Select's over. So I'm not going to have any news at all. And it's going to be brilliant. Brad, how you doing, man?
Yeah, no, I'm doing fantastic, mate. So I'm just sitting in the lobby right now waiting for them to go Champion Select. Should be a pretty interesting game. I'm excited.
I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Super excited. I haven't been on the casting desk for quite some time. Admittedly, it's just my desk at home, but it feels like a caster desk more now we're actually casting.
Yeah,
so we do have a best of 3 here today. So hopefully we're going to have 3 games, because 2 games, it's just not what you want. We want that 3 game. We want it to be super close, and I'm super excited.
And currently we're in the process of Champion Select, but on my screen it seems as though everybody hasn't connected, so I don't know if that's a...
Oh, that's a spectator bug. That just tends to happen, doesn't it?
Yep, sweet. So the first ban coming out from the blue team is Vi. So Vi, very strong jungler. Great ganker, strong champion, I guess.
Absolutely, and we're not actually able to see the bans at the moment on the stream, so I'm going to probably be saying things like, why didn't they pick Vi halfway down the Champion Select, because I have absolutely no idea who they banned. So that's going to be exciting.
Yep. So
that being said, Vi, not exactly a common ban all the time. You know, you expect to see those Shyvanas and the Mundos taken out fairly soon, but Vi, very, very strong ganker, and that ultimate, incredible for initiation.
Yeah. So we've got Vi banned out on the blue team, and purple team responding with a Kassadin ban. So Kassadin, strong assassin mid laner.
Absolutely.
Nothing really to be said there. And we also see a Dr. Mundo ban coming out from blue team. So Dr. Mundo wrecking top lane all day.
Absolutely, and we're probably expecting a Shyvana to come out probably next. Maybe a Rengar ban if he's not just globally banned for this whole tournament. Do you know about whether or not Rengar's been globally banned or not?
I'm not too sure, honestly. But we do see from the purple team Lucian being taken out of the game, Renekton from the blue team getting taken out of the game, and Shyvana from the purple team as their last ban. So we have Vi, Kassadin, Dr. Mundo, Lucian, Renekton, and Shyvana.
So a very sort of top lane focused banning, apart from the Kassadin, Lucian, and Vi. So I wonder who we're going to see up there now that the majority of the really strong sort of top laners have been taken. Nasa's obvious choice. So there he is, unable to be completely wrecked by that Renekton. I think we might be able to see a Rengar coming out, though, who just completely decimates Nasus in the top lane.
That filthy, filthy champion.
Olaf as well is a pretty decent choice against
yeah, absolutely. So we do see the Nasus being locked in for the blue team by Hebibus, yep. And purple team just waiting to choose their champions now.
Yeah, we'll see who they decide to go with. And our blue side today is going to be Requiem, and our red side, therefore, being Pocket Dragons.
Fantastic.
So we'll see what Son and Little Wally decide to go with. Little Wally and Little Jeffy. How adorable is that?
Yeah, so we see Son hovering over the Tristana and Little Wally locking in the Elise. So we see a Tristana and Elise being locked in for the purple team now.
Wow, that is so interesting. A Tristana being locked in that early on. That is very strange. You know, Sivir and Jinx being left up and being the very, very strong choices. Draven also really strong currently. So probably hoping to go for some sort of late game scaling, but Tristana does fall a little bit prey to Nasus's Wither. You know, you get a Wither on Tristana, although she can be really far back in a team fight. If she gets withered, she's just going to get destroyed or be unable to do very much damage in the team fight because she'll have to rocket jump away. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we see for the purple team, Zeal and Zeta hovering over some champions. So we see Zeal hovering over Riven and Zeta hovering over Gragas. So two very strong
Riven
champions.
And Gragas, very, very scary. Does that mean that we're going to expect perhaps a Nasus in the jungle, or are we going to have that Riven jungle, which has become fairly popular recently? We'll have to see. We'll have to work it out. But Gragas, definitely a strong mid laner, man. He's been shown a lot of love throughout every single facet of League of Legends, be it Korea or Europe or North America or even here in Oceania.
Yeah,
One of
absolutely.
my personal favorite Oceanic players, Rusty Ballbags, is an incredible Gragas player, and we need to do a shout out to Minky Whale, who is also dubbed the best Gragas because he can single-handedly miss absolutely everything.
Oh,
My
awesome.
absolute favorite video on YouTube. You guys should check it out.
So yeah, admittedly, I tried Gragas actually in a game or two. I think I've played 3 games of him on 5v5, and he's phenomenal. I love him. So much fun.
I hate him. I absolutely hate Gragas because I can never hit a barrel. That might have something to do with me being bad. Who knows?
So we
But
see
what?
now the purple team locking in the Lysandra and Darius.
Lysandra Darius. Man,
Hmm.
it's Duncan time. And I actually really like the Darius pickup. Being really, really strong in the early game, it's going to provide, if they decide to do some skirmishes towards the early to mid game, he'll make up for Tristana's pretty much massive lull in the mid area. So
Absolutely.
that's exciting.
And
I'm pretty ready for some dunk mastering.
yeah, absolutely. And Darius actually, like, if he does go up against that Nasus in the top lane with that execute true damage ultimate, gonna help against that Nasus with his
Yeah,
massive.
except if Nasus can be good with that Fury of the Sands, managing to pop that at the right time due to the fact that it is added health, being sort of the perfect counter to that true damage nuke.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he can do
Yep.
as far as
And,
that. But I mean, Darius, man, you get 5 stacks of that bleed, that execute's going to kill a lot of things from a lot of health.
yeah. And we see for the blue team, the final picks are Jinx and Annie. So Annie support.
Oh,
Annie
I
support Jinx.
love that bot lane. That is so aggro. Annie stun comes out, you can get the chompers down, and making up for that slight actuation time of the chompers, meaning that you get the stun down, chompers comes in, then they gets the snare, and you've trapped someone for an incredibly long amount of time. And with Annie Jinx's burst damage, with the rockets and the zap and all that sort of stuff, oh man, it's going to be very, very dangerous for this
Yeah.
Tristana and potentially, hopefully, a support player coming out from this Pocket Dragons team. We'll see what they choose to answer with. I mean,
Yes.
I very much like the Leona here, just because Tristana's 1 through 3 is actually pretty strong. She only starts to fall off towards that mid-game slump after that point. But Janna's being locked in. That's exciting.
It is exciting. So yeah. Also, Jinx works well with people like Thresh. That death sentence, and like you said, the chompers just behind them and the snared
Oh,
and
absolutely.
locked
There's
in
so much
place.
lockdown.
Mm,
Jinx
absolutely.
Leona is also a fantastic combination. You land that Zenith Blade and someone's going to die. Let's face it. They're just going to die.
Yeah, so in about 10 seconds or so, we'll be able to see the summoner spells that everybody's taken, and then we can talk about predictions and the team comps and all that fantastic stuff.
All of that excitement. Yeah, and just to go back to Tristana Jana, or Janna,
Hmm?
or Janet. I'm happy to call her Janet just because everyone pronounces her name differently and it bothers me.
Yeah, why not?
Yep, Janet and Trist. So they're going to be battling it out against Jinx and Annie, and I just don't really like the Janet pick. I mean, against a Leona, that would be fantastic. Leona really needs to get in there, whereas Annie, for one, has one of the longest auto attack ranges of the game. So being able to, like, because Janna has so much sort of area control around her, it's really good. But if Annie stays at range, I mean, she can easily dodge those tornadoes, and it isn't as much of a problem. Plus, Tristana, I just don't think that she really has the power to stand up against Jinx in the lane, even with a Janna with that shield, adding the extra AD and the shield, of course. So I'm not entirely sure about the Janna pick, but if little Jeffy is actually very confident on Janna, I think Janna can do phenomenal things in the right hands.
Yeah, absolutely. And there goes the Riven jungle that we were talking about, becoming quite popular recently. So
Yeah, absolutely, and it does seem like we've got the people in the right positions too. This is the thing I was worried about because I knew that Nasus was still there. He hadn't been switched around, but I didn't know whether the jungler was in the top yet. So there it is. Everything is all sorted out and glorious. And yeah, that Riven jungle. I'm excited about this, man. What have you played against Riven jungle recently?
I've always had them on my team, luckily, and they have rolled every time. Yeah, it's a very scary thing seeing a Riven coming out of a river or something like that with her broken wings
Oh yeah,
flying towards you. Yeah.
it's pretty terrifying. It's pretty terrifying. And plus with a new added mobility where that the little bug that people were exploiting with the third jump of the broken wings, being able to jump over terrain, and how they've actually added that into her kit. It's actually really, really cool and does give her a lot of mobility around the jungle. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I think that was that was maybe one of the reasons that she's become more and more popular. But of course, she is extremely strong at the moment too. So I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the main thing that makes her so strong is the fact that she has that shield.
Yeah.
And not necessarily for in the jungle, but in trades, you just can't trade effectively with a ribbon with that shield being able to be basically spammed once it's been leveled a few times with some cooldown reduction. So it just makes playing against her pretty dirty, to be honest.
Absolutely. And as soon as she gets some AD and pops her Blade of the Exile and then uses that shield, it's probably a good 600 shield.
Yeah.
Very, very strong shield once she pops her ultimate. So, yeah.
Especially the fact that it scales on AD. I think that's a silly thing.
Exactly.
It's so silly.
And, yeah. So, about 15 seconds from getting into game. So,
and then I can join you. We can both be in a game, and it can be really exciting. I'm sort of plebbing it out on the stream right now, but
I'm excited.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I do like the amount of lockdown coming out from Pocket Dragons with the cocoon into Lysandra being able to get in there, and then they've got the disengage from Janet.
We're calling her Janet this game.
Yeah, I think we're going with Janet.
I'm going with Janet. Yeah,
and that's going to actually be really good against the Riven as well, because Riven wants to get on top of you and beat the crap out of you. Yeah. But Janet, not going to have anything to do with it. So I'm actually able to get into this game now. So we'll be able to have a look at this the skin battle, as it were.
Skin battle. Ooh. I'm a huge fan of Forecast Jana, personally.
Forecats Jana?
Forecats Jana?
Oh yeah, Forecats Jana.
Janet. Oh, we gotta stop saying Jana. We gotta Janet. All right, so it's a very nice looking skin battle so far.
Foreskin coming out of Pocket Dragons, so we're not gonna go into that too far. Yeah, that's followed up by it's foreskin versus foreskin here.
Yeah, 2 foreskins.
And I do like Battle Bunny Ribbon. That's my my second favorite. Crimson Elite, of course, being the best ribbon skin.
Wow!
Of course, guaranteed best ribbon skin. Everyone knows, man. Everyone knows.
I will admit though, her sword does look pretty awesome.
Damn right it does. That ass. Oh dear. But Bloodstone Lysandra, the Lady Gaga skin, do very much like that one. And Gorilla Tristana, don't know whether that's it's sort of like the pleb Tristana skin, just because there's so many really, really good ones. I do like it. I think it looks cool. But look, there's Firefighter Tristana, there's Rocketeer Tristana. Probably could have done a little bit better there, Mr. Gonzo. So I think you're going to lose that battle, even though Jinx doesn't actually have a skin at all. So I guess you kind of win, flat out.
Would you believe it? Oh, okay, that's easy. We don't need to arrange the champions around because they're already in the right order. So.
Oh yeah, very, very good at this champion select. So we're now into game, everyone. Team Requiem versus Pocket Dragons. Pocket Dragons here on your red side and Requiem on the blue side. And we're looking like we're posturing for a bit of a red start, pretty standard for a Riven. And potentially going for a red start on Little Wally as well on that Elise. Unless they're going for an invade. So we'll see how it goes. It looks like, Pocket Dragons really coming through as a full unit, wanting to make sure that they don't get invaded or preparing for an invade themselves, whereas we've got just some defensive posturing coming out of Requiem here on the blue side.
Yeah, so we see Riven making her way to her blue side jungle just to try and scout out if there's anyone on there, but I think she will start her red, I have a feeling.
Yeah. Oh, it's looking pretty dangerous though, Pocket Dragons. They're ready to do some stuff. And I think they're waiting for a potential ward to be put down towards that the Wraith Brush, perhaps, and hoping to catch someone out on their way over there. Gragas is looking fairly close. Little Wally cancelling his back, so I don't think they're going to have any joy catching anyone out. So it was a nice little attempt, but no dice at this point. And Little Wally's just going to maybe wander over to his blue buff. No, he's going to start red. So Sunny's going to help him out with that one.
And Elise making her way to her blue as well, so they're going to end up on the same side of the jungle, level 3. So maybe meeting each other up on the top lane.
Some excitement in the top lane. Oh yeah, and I do pick Darius Elise in that 2v2 matchup. I'm not going to lie. I know Riven very, very strong early, but Nasus not so much. unless he gets that wither down exactly right. If Cocoon lands, I feel like Darius and Elise are going to have a lot of fun. They're just beating up of each other in the mid lane. Lysandra just making use of the fact that she has so much more range than Gragas when he doesn't have his barrel everywhere.
Yeah. So what do you think of the Gragas engage on the Lysandra? Do you think it's going to be quite tricky for him to do his old body slam, etc., etc.?
Well, it's just how he works out Lysandra's E, because if Lysandra really wants to, she'll be able to get out of the majority of Gragas' stuff. If she gets that E going and then Gragas pops his ult and she flies across the map, if her E's still up when she lands, then she's just going to pop to it, and that's going to be it. That's going to be all she wrote. Yep. But if he manages to pop it at the right time, just as she wants to go back to her E, and then it cancels by the time she gets displaced, that's when Gragas is going to have the upper hand. But that's going to be post 6, and I do like Lysandra's harass before then, even though Gragas does have that inherent sustain with his W. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Isn't it fantastic? I love that. Gragas' W.
I just hate Gragas. I don't know. It bothers me so much. It's this fat lumberjack guy. It's not okay. Not okay. Little Wally here, trying to make some moves, but we do have that ward already in the tri-brush for Nasus, so going to be able to see any sneaky maneuvers here by Little Wally. Little Wally. Man, I'm never going to get over that name. It's so cute.
Little Wally. It's alright. It's alright.
Why, do you like Little Jeffy more?
Little Jeffy's... Oh, no, Wally. Definitely Wally. Yeah, no,
oh, yeah.
Very cute.
Oh, we do have the apprehend coming down on a Habis, though. Nasus just wandering away, so he's going to be okay. Little Jeffy taking down to half health just from a burst combo in the bot lane. So Gamma Tempest and Krusnix. Just showing their dominance there in the bot lane with their added range. But we do have... Wow, Little Wally coming back up again. Oh, Habis is writing in all chat. Stop the camp, please. I'm just a Nasus.
I'm just a Nasus who needs to be kept under control. He's just a dog that needs to be kept on a leash.
Yeah, oh, we have the Cocoon actually missing though, but the Q coming in for massive execute damage. Is the bleed and ignite going to be enough? The flash forward completely unnecessarily from Little Wally, taking a tower hit for his trouble, but they do manage to secure that kill. That bleed plus ignite is so much dot damage.
Yep.
And Nasus just not having enough. But I mean, that was a lot of time spent by Little Wally in the top lane. That being said, you know, Riven, although she's been just left in her jungle to do what she wants, exactly the same CS. So I wouldn't say the best posturing. Oh, meanwhile, in the bot lane, Ignite ticking onto Little Jeffy. He gets taken down. This is what we were talking about, the incredible power of this bottom lane duo. Just if they manage to lock someone down, they're just dead.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
The Q harass coming out from Annie here, just wow.
Stun and the chompers,
very, Well, Zeta doing some sneaky maneuvers, flashing over the wall. Little Wally here just to steal some farm. But Zeta's flash is down now, though, so Cookie's going to have a little bit of a better time trying to lock that big fat man down. Santa Claus as it is. Well, we do have a 400 gold lead coming out for Requiem at the moment. So mostly coming from CS at this point. Gragas doing a massively good job against Lysandra here in the mid lane, even though he does have that range disadvantage. So just, I guess, the mechanics of the Gragas farming a little bit better at this point. But Jinx decimating the bot lane, as we would expect, considering how that lane has been going so far. So I'm just wanting to freeze this lane here so that Nasus can't get free farm. Oh, the apprehend coming in, and he does take a tower hit for his trouble. But I think Nasus is going to find that as time goes by, things are going to get easier and easier for him. And he does have a 10 CS advantage against this Darius in the top lane. Is not something that we'd expect.
Sorry, yeah, I was just thinking about something in my head.
Oh, what were you thinking about?
I was thinking of you. What do you think?
Stop it. Oh, the Q damage coming down for maximum here in the top. Habis just wanting to get the heck out of here. You know, those bleed stacks really doing some trouble, and we do have Sun hitting level 6, so Nasus is going to have to go back or die, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, Little Jeffy getting stunned up again. This time we do have some support coming in from Little Wally, though. The Little Brothers really just going to destroy that Annie, and Gamma Tempest now getting slowed down by that rocket jump. Gonzo landing right on top of him, and are they going to be able to finish that one up? Yes, they are. Double kill coming out from Elise, and that Q damage just really smacking them down.
Yeah. Well, we could almost class Elise as a dunker, maybe, with the repel.
Yeah, it's sort of like a